Okay, your machine shop instructor Ed here, just continuing on with the Mastercam 2020 HLE drawing. At this point, I haven't saved this yet. I don't know if any of you are Fusion users, but that is going to save in the cloud. Here we have to save into the computer, and by default, it'll have created a directory. So if I hit save, and right near it's in my Mastercam demo HLE parts. And this is suggesting a letter T, but I probably want to call it something else. Titan. I want to start saving this stuff now. 1M. I'm just going to call this CAD HLE. All right. Mastercam educational files, EMCAM. The full license version, I think it says MCAM. So, save. Now I've saved my file, and I can take it with me. I actually have it on my OneDrive, so I could open it up in different locations. Let me look on my computer. Actually, let me bail out of that. So, if I go to machine right now, I'm just going to set up my machine real quick. Default and manage list. So I've actually turned on a toolpath page. We go back to machine again. Mill, default, lathe, default, or router. So manage list. So it doesn't, these are actually installs from a previous one. But it actually won't let you pick one. So it's just going to pick a mill. So right up here, it's already started with a setup, mill default. So what I'm going to do with this later on is I'm going to do everything in here and then open it up in our school full version to show you that you can still make parts with this, even if you're doing this from home. Okay, so we'll get back to that. So now when we pick machine, now toolpaths will appear, but we'll get into machining later on. We're going to finish the design. So I just wanted to manipulate this a little bit to show you how that works. So if you're mill or lathe, which is the two things we're going to concentrate on, mill and lathe. And also in Mastercam, they have wire EDM or router, which is like woodworking or thin metals kind of stuff. And design is the basic thing that shows up when you set up Mastercam. And then when you go to create G-code in a full version, you'll use this G1 to create that. And then we're going to use these backplot and verify to test our code out, to simulate it. So this is the page that was not appearing because we didn't. Now we get into toolpaths, and then we'll 2D, 3D, multi-axis, stock models, and some other gizmos up here. And there's some other selections up here, the little tiny. If you look up here, big G1, little G1, big backplot, little backplot, verify. That's like a full simulation there with the model. I'm also playing around with, this is something I drew in the full educational version, which produces G-code, and I'm able to pull in the file complete right here. I already designed this and programmed this and use these view sheets. So this is op 1, and if I look through the levels, everything's still there, and I'm in the home learning edition right now. I go back to toolpath. It has our machine set up, only that tool settings, stocks up. Okay, all that's still there. All right, let that regenerate. Toolpath group 1, which would be, I think I made a copy. All right. Toolpath group 2. So this one was operation 1. I click on this area and click on the select all operations. Okay, all is selected. I'm going to hit the fit command. Go back to op 1. Oops. Let me flip this around again. Hit top view. Isometric. Oh, I must be in the other plane. I want to be in top view. Isometric. Fit. Save. Bookmark. Okay. And back to toolpath. All is selected. And run play. And everything's running, right? There we go. Hit play. Full simulation from the school version to HLE. And this is going to pull up the full simulation. Here, I'm going to just hit the fit command. And this is full simulation. It's actually, oh, I did both operations. Must have clicked everything. All right. So to show you that you can go to school version, back and forth, and still make all your fixes and have everything, and it still be functional. As long as you're on a legitimate one. So if I press G1 at this point, it says requested function cannot be run from Mastercam. So because I'm at home and I don't have a machine at home, I can't produce G-code, but it wouldn't do me any good anyway because I am not at a machine. So if I'm at a school or if I'm at work where they have Mastercam, I'll be able to bring my file in and spit out the code and then run my part. Okay. Let's look at some other scenarios here, like if you're drawing in, let me find this one here, machine shop I used to work at, and we had designed an air cleaner, and somebody designed it in SolidWorks, so I have all files suggested right now. And I go to the CAD section, and right here, SW was SolidWorks, and I'm going to import this. And we learned that to import a SolidWorks file, make sure you have edge curves turned on. Even had the date 2012, it's quite a long time ago. I'm going to hit open, and it's making sure, do I want to save any changes to this? So I'm going to say no, because I didn't change this one. Don't save, and that's going to pull up this one. Okay, hey, look at this. I haven't seen this in years. Not quite the color I want, but this is a back of an air cleaner for a Kawasaki Vaquero. There we go. There's our solid model. This was done in SolidWorks. Imported, but no toolpath or anything. So this has already been designed by somebody else. So this is all in the Home Learning Edition. So if you had designed something in Fusion, actually, you could save it as a step file and import it into here. Let's try that. Actually, no, we can. I'll get to that later. But so if you whatever you're drawing in, so you can draw in Mastercam, you can draw in SolidWorks if you're a SolidWorks user, import it into Mastercam. You can draw in Fusion. So I hit my ISO view. So in this particular case, view wireframe. Now there's the wireframe, and I like this other one. It says translucent. You can see through it. I'm actually going to change colors. So I right-clicked, and right up here is our color palette. So you can do something like triple-click this, or hit the escape button, or something called a window pick. I've selected everything, and I'm going to go into my colors here. And I'm going to say I want that to be red. Now it's red. Yep. Or if you don't like this gray background, sometimes I like a dark color. I can go into the configurations file. And right here, background color start. So if I like dark blue and hit the blue plus button, it's going to save my settings, by the way. And this is a gradient, so it's asking me to pick two colors if I want it to be gradient. Let me pick something like bluish, like maybe that one. Just remember that because you can draw in colors, you don't want to draw in the same color as the background. Okay, so that might be easier to see. Top. Okay. So I can let me do save as. Save as. That's the old file. I'm going to put it in my new file, Mastercam 2020 parts, HLE. I'm going to make another folder here and say TR, so I know what it is. I'm going to just save that here. And it's even saving the same file name. Bink. Okay. So if I want to work on this later and see if I can machine this thing in HLE. Okay. Let's try one more scenario here. If I go back to the big book, machine shop, TR all, go back to the air cleaner, Kawasaki, Vaquero, MC was Mastercam, our Mastercam files. These are pretty old, X5. I'm going to see if this will open. Open. Look at that. It actually opened up an old Mastercam X5 file. And then warned me that 9 of my colors are the same as the graphic screen. Okay. And do I want to pick a new color? Okay, there we go. And there's a programmed one from a previous job. So this will soft jaws, generic Haas. So this Mastercam is very functional. Just thought I'd show you some stuff here. So let's actually this is operation 2. Is that this one here? Yep. I'm going to click all of these on, hit this button here, all folders are on. Oh, that's the other side. Okay. Let's do operation 1. Operation 1. And, what the heck, I'll just do everything. I did this a long time ago. Press the play button. Alright, so this is doing bottom now. Bottom. There we go. And with some stuff that I've learned now, I would probably use some more advanced tricordial moves. It was kind of new at the time. And it was 3D machining the back. Okay, look at that. Oh, I don't think we got our simulation right, so. But not bad. So this is fully functional. And there's our toolpath. So if I go back in time, I can see all the operations we did here. Standard pocket, standard contouring. No, none of the dynamic high-speed stuff we were using, even though it was available back in this version, not being used because a lot of people didn't really know how to use it. So we were using the big cutter to whittle down this block. And if you use the dynamic OptiRough or the dynamic milling option, so this might be a good experiment how to improve this one for later. All right, I'm going to save this one. Save as. And put that in my new Mastercam 2020 parts file under TR. Air cleaner bracket C. Save. This one had the full Mastercam file. The other one was just for the CAD only. So, if I pulled up the full version and I was at machine, I could make this part again.